I need to move the 1 up to the top. And I'm going to leave it -1. It's fine. As long as it's a 1, we're okay. And then 2, -3, -1, 13. And 5, -1, -1, -49. So I'm going to start by timesing by 2 and get rid of that one. So I'm going to write my first row, because that one's not changing. And then I'm going to do 2, -1 plus 2 is 0. And 4 and -3 is 1. -10 and -1 is -11. And then 12 and 13 is 25. And this one on the key, you'll see I changed that to 49. So I'm glad you're watching the video. That needs to be a positive 49. Okay, now I'm going to times the top by 5 and add it to the bottom. And I get 0. And 10 minus 1 is 9. -25 minus 1 is -26. And then 30 plus 49 is 79. Now I need to make this one a 0. So I'm going to times by -9 and add it here. So I get -1, 2, -5, and 6. 0, 1. This stays the same. And then I times by -9, so I get 0 and 0. And then I get 99 minus 26, which is 73. And then I get -225 plus 79, which is -146. Now I can write it as equations. So I get -x plus 2y, because I have my triangle of zeros here, minus 5z equals 6, and y minus z equals 25, and then 73z equals -146. So I get z equals -2, and I take that and go y plus 2 equals 25. So y equals 23. And then I take this one and this one. I think I did the y wrong. Sorry, guys. Oh, this is 11. There we go. Sorry, this is 11z. So z is -2, and I get y equals 22, so I get y equals 3. I'm glad I caught that. I didn't think that seemed right. Okay, now I take my y equals 3 and my z equals -2 and put it up here. So I get -x plus 2 times y minus 5 times z equals 6. So -x plus 16. So -x equals, keep writing the wrong numbers, -10. X equals 10. So my answer is 10, 3, and -2. Okay? Okay, the next one is using the infinite series. Remember, for it to be an infinite series, our absolute value has to be less than 1. So I find my ratio by doing -3/2 divided by 3, which is -3/2 times 1/3, isn't it? Which is -1/2. So I can do it. So my R is absolute value is less than 1. And my A is 3, and that's all I need. If I look on my formula sheet, it's A over 1 minus R. So it's 3 over, be careful with the -1/2 here. It's 3 over 3/2, which makes it 3 times 2/3, which makes my sum 2. Okay? Now this one is expanding using Pascal's or binomial theorem. Binomial theorem just means using your calculator to get the numbers. But this is small, so I'm just going to use my Pascal's triangle and write the Pascal's triangle. and then I take 3x. Please put parentheses around it or you will get the wrong answers. This is a really common mistake. If you put parentheses around it, you won't have to worry about it. So it starts with 4 and descends down to 0. And then negative 4, put parentheses on this one too, because the negative is going to alternate signs with the different powers. So this one I start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I multiply all my columns together. So you pull out your calculator and you do 1 times 3 to the 4th times 1. That gives you 81x to the 4th. 4 times 3 cubed times negative 4 gives you negative 432x cubed. 6 times 3 squared times negative 4 squared gives you 864x to the squared. Do you see what I mean by that? It alternates the signs. It goes positive, negative, positive. If you remember to put the negative around the negative 4 in parentheses. So then I do 4 times 3 times negative 4 cubed. That gives me minus 768x. And then this is 1 and this is 1. So it's just negative 4 to the 4th, which is 256. And that's your answer for 18. And that is the end of page 7.